Jason Shultz. I am an assurance partner at HoganTaylor. I'm also the partner of innovation. That's led me into a role where I'm the executive director for a wholly owned subsidiary of HoganTaylor, which is myPortal.team, an application that I'm going to be talking about today.
Tell us a little bit more about what you're going to share today.
Sure. So a few years back, we went down a path of solving a problem that was specific to our firm's needs, and that is during the course of an audit, we're requesting a lot of information and having to keep up with that information. There's a lot of administrative effort that goes into that, a lot of frustration that comes out of that as well, because clients tend to give you things maybe to the wrong person, or maybe they think they gave you something but they really didn't give you something, and we didn't have a good solution for that. So when we went to the marketplace to solve that problem, or to find somebody who had solved that problem, we didn't find anybody who had solved it in such a way where we wouldn't have to drastically change what it is that we were doing in order to conduct our business. So we set off to develop our own. And after multiple iterations, the feedback we got was very good, very positive, and ultimately that led us into making the decision to take it to market. And that's where we are today.
So this is going to drastically reduce the frustration of folks that are involved in audits?
Yes, and that is phase one. So we are focusing on CPA firms, but beyond that, we think that if you are an organization that is requesting a large amount of data from somebody else, whether it's your client or somebody you're representing, we think that this solution has specific applications to that. What we want to do with it, right now we have licensed it out to other CPA firms, and we want to continue to grow that. In connection with kind of phase two, I guess, we would be expanding the capabilities. We want to integrate some natural language processing into it and some bots, some chat bots. So we are taking advantage of the technology that exists and integrating that into our solution. But ultimately, we think attorneys and bankers, non-CPA but professional types, that this application could have a home in their business.
Any thoughts about expanding outside of the world of accounting?
Ultimately, yes. We with the CPA, beyond the CPAs, we think the bankers and attorneys would be the most natural fit. Beyond that, it would kind of depend. But private equity groups, things like that. If you're dealing with large amounts of data, and you have a workflow where you have to get through that data in some organized fashion, then we think that this solution is a very simple solution that helps you effectively manage that process. The main thing that we're going to be talking about today is the integration of culture and vision into this type of process, because HoganTaylor is a mature organization in a mature industry, and disruption is all abound everywhere. And you hear about artificial intelligence and all these other concepts, blockchain, and it knocks you off your horse somewhat, because you're not exactly sure how that's going to impact what it is that you're doing. And we think by having a clear vision and being able to look out into the future and see what potentially could be, and then having a culture that will support capitalizing on that vision for those mature organizations that are worried about disruption, we think that those are two primary ingredients that you need to be successful. And that's going to be something I'm going to talk about today, with the third ingredient being money. Yes. You need money, but you need money less today than you did in the past because of how readily accessible this technology is becoming. The things that we're doing with technology as a CPA firm are things that really wouldn't have been conceivable 5 or 10 years ago. It's just becoming more and more easy.
Cool. Well, Jason, thanks very much for sharing with us today, and
absolutely
look forward to hearing your talk.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.